yes. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Saturday night? I was trying to get on live earlier, but I needed to take a little break after work and then, eat, get ready, and then clean a little bit. And then now we're here. I feel really relaxed though, and that's a good thing, right? Because sometimes when I force the readings or move too fast, it just feels very like exhaust. I feel exhausted. So I'm gonna try to slow down a little bit, even if we're going through the readings. The readings might take 10 minutes, right? For each reading, we're gonna do Scorpio through Pisces, just so you know, because I did the other signs last Sunday. So I know I was supposed to do everything together, but I've just been too tired. Yeah, it's like less work now. I'm working less, but I'm really exhausted. I'm going through a lot. And it's almost as if like I feel slower than I have been before or even ever. And sometimes it makes me feel like I'm at a disadvantage by moving at a slow pace. But really, I just keep praying for the faith, for faith that, energy is always around me. And when I ask, I don't even need to ask for it. It's going to be there for me. I'll get by especially when I feel lack of energy. So now that I said all of that, how's everybody doing? If you guys want to do $20 readings for the month, we can do that. Email me at the description box below has my email, my Zelle information, my Cash App, um, PayPal, whatever you guys need, right? And you can just always reach out to me if you have any questions regarding the readings. It is going to be $20 reading for, we could do 32 minutes. Why not? 32 to 35, Um, yes. So, and if you guys resonate with the reading, like, share, and subscribe. I think that's it. Hello, welcome, Frosted Cupcake. That's right, that's right. Double tap to like. Um, what do I want to talk about today? Hello. I don't know. I'm like, do I want to read right away or should we just take our time? Should we talk about how life has been for everybody nationwide? Should we get a little bit into what we're dealing with nationwide? I don't know. What do you guys think? Hi, welcome, Mr. Fix. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And Dandy, please. Thank you. Thank you for liking. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yes. So I'm thinking for like worldwide. It's already May. It's gone by so fast. I mean, this is how fast it was. It just felt like January or February was like last month, right? So if you're feeling like there's the time keeps moving fast, I feel like it's just gonna go faster, right? It doesn't even seem like, how back in the day you used to go from winter, November, all the way until like April, like March, right? In March it would still be cold, but all that time would be like for snow, winter, depending on what side of the equator you're on, right? And but the seasons would take longer, right? So spring would take even a month, right? And then summer would last the 4 or 5 months, right? And then till fall would come in. But the point is, like, it almost seems like we don't even get spring fully. We really don't get spring fully. It goes from cold to like, by the time June comes in, it's hot and it's humid. And so I've noticed that like the patterns are just changing every year. It's not exact every year. The weather is so unpredictable. It just reminds me of like how fast everything's going. And it's really unpredictable, and it might make people feel kind of excited because there's excitement with not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. Some of you guys are feeling that, and that might be a good thing because again, we're in what is it, Capricorn season? Yeah, a lot of you guys are actually excited because you never know where life is going to take you. Whoever I'm reading for here. Hey, welcome, Level Up Dojo. Good to see you. Yeah, so for whoever I'm reading for, I feel like that's what's happening. There's unpredictability. There's always been unpredictability, but it's like changes are always happening. But maybe we could have had issues trying to um, kind of keep up with the pace of change. And it almost seems like the only way we were able to be okay was not trying to control everything around us, but to actually just ground ourselves, like surrender in the moment, accepting that change is inevitable. But just because change is constant, it doesn't mean it's always for bad, right? There's so many changes that happen that enlighten us, that keep our hopes up, that makes us excited for what's next in our lives, right? What lessons are we to engage in, right? Have we learned the lessons from the past? And then are we excited for the new ones to come, right? So I feel like this is like an exciting time for a lot of us here. Hey, welcome, welcome. Say hi. Yes, I'm saying hi. Welcome to all the people that joined us right now. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday or Monday for you guys, wherever you're from? How's everybody doing? I know I look tired and I am. Hello from Berkeley, Oakland. Okay, California. All right, all right. Oakland, California. Okay. It's good to hear from you guys. Where are you guys from? Trying to think, where are we from? Where are we from? I'm thinking, I'm here from the Shy Town. Shy Town? Um, Shy Town here in the building. All right, y'all, should we get started? Because after I want to do live readings for you guys, but I don't know if we should do the live readings first and then the collective reading. I'm not sure. What should we do today? I am going to read for Scorpio through Pisces, but after we could do readings for donations or just do live readings. It's up to y'all. I know I said I was going to set a time aside for the live readings. I just haven't um gotten the time this week. And so yeah, we can definitely focus on those things if you guys want. London, England. All right, all right. Shout out to London. All right. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to do Scorpio. And I do want to take my time so that we don't I don't get exhausted because that's the first thing that's going to happen is I will get exhausted. So I'm so used to talking fast, right? But let's do it this way, all right? All right. I'm going to recite the prayer for the 12-step program only because I actually read into it and I thought it was beautiful. Technically that prayer comes from I think somebody from the Holocaust. This was actually from a Holocaust prayer. Um It's God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Grant me patience for the changes that take time, appreciation for all that I have and am, tolerance for those with different struggles, and the strength to get up and try again one day at a time. All right. Scorpio. Interesting. You know how I said it was Taurus season? I feel like maybe a couple years ago you were again, it's like there was too much going on, too much unpredictability, too much change, and it could have been really difficult for you to find your balance and grounding while this was happening. But this season, this year alone, you've faced certain, I don't even want to say challenges, you just faced so many different type of opportunities that made you like confident and grounded. And you start with the high priestess in the major arcana. And usually I see this card as you're trying to go with the birds and fly, but I'm actually getting the opposite this time. I'm getting you setting foot on Mother Earth. You're setting foot, which is also a dictation of the earthly realms, right? Even though you're water, right? You're setting foot on the ground, keeping steady, keeping grounded. Maybe a lot of your hopes and dreams have become possible. Opportunities have become possible, meaning they are going to come to you in the physical because of all of the lessons you've learned, all of the hard work you've applied to changing for the better, catching up, keeping up with the times, right? And I think that again, this has made you like, it's like you could have had dreams your whole life. You could have aspired to have certain goals met, but you can never reach them. You can never put them into maybe you have put them into plan, but you can never really mm, turn it into like a realistic plan, a realistic, there was a lack of realistic approach to it versus now. The reason you're able to reach certain things with practicality, not reach, you're able to move forward in a very practical way is because there's something here about you learn something or you've accepted something, the world for what it really is. It's kind of like accepting life on life's terms, right? And whereas in before that would have made you feel uncomfortable because maybe there was this search for something that wasn't your reality. That could have been like a, I don't want to say delusion, I want to say more of like a fantasy, something that you've wanted, maybe a lifestyle that you thought was a possibility, something that you thought was what you were meant to experience. But it's like the older you, or the more life lessons you've learned, the more you understood how when you accept life, your life, and everything that you've been through for what it is, it frees you. It frees you to the point that you can pursue dreams, pursue, you know, but in a practical way, in a realistic way, because you understand that you're going to move forward, but in the way life presented itself to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So now you look forward to your goals and dreams and aspirations, and there's certain opportunities that will come your way because you've accepted it, life as it is, your life, your reality as it is. And now you can move forward with more faith than you've had in a long time. You can still have faith, but in a practical way. Does that make sense? I know it sounds like two completely different things, but it's like you can have faith even even in the life in the place that you're at right now. To have faith and surrender in the moment now, no matter what you're going through, that's true faith. In a way, it's a really strong point of faith, which is what keeps you grounded, and it makes you want to keep moving forward even when life is uncertain. But I'm getting that this uncertainty has actually become, it could have been something you could have dreaded in the past, but now you look forward to the opportunities, to uncertainties, to whatever life is at this present time. Then you get the guardians. Whoo, look at this. Your remember the you thought like, oh, I just want to fly, I want to have wings and to soar as high as possible. And I feel like sometimes through meditation we do reach those realms of, we reach realms that like are so beautiful. They're so, they're not the same laws that you experience or fears that you experience in the physical. When you're in the realms, life is the most divine thing in the world, and anything is possible, right? But now you're bringing that type of creativity that you've found in the other realms, right? Through, and now you're bringing it down to earth. And that's the best part. You could still be a light worker, you could still be a spiritualist, but the way you're approaching it is like you're using everything you've all the information you've retained, being in the present moment, and you're pushing it forward. This is your creativity. This is your magic spark, and you're relaying this energy or whatever it is that inspires you, your creativity. You're relaying this to the world. This is your art, your sense of freedom. You feel free enough to do it, and I think that that's what's going to make you have a really good time. This is going to be the year for a lot of us where we're going to be really happy because of how far we've come. We're going to be understanding of the lows, right? We're not going to try to take the lows so personal. Instead, we're going to use them as a lesson, a really beautiful lesson that has made us even more compassionate, stronger, more creative, more happy in the long run, and just with more peace in our hearts. Okay. I'm getting white. It's a new start. I'm getting white on this card and then white on this one. A new start for life, a lust for life. I don't know why I wanted to say that, lust for life. It's what's her name's album? Lana Del Rey's album. So I think that's I have like a nice like I just think of that word when I think of lust, right? For life, like happiness for life or wanting life. Feeling excited about what life has to offer. Okay. Even what you have to offer to the world. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was my Scorpios. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want personal readings, again, go to JocelynLovely84 at Gmail. Sorry, y'all. I went really deep into this reading, so I don't really know what happened. When did you come on? Oh, I don't know, like almost 20 minutes ago. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you guys are doing good. I know sometimes I lose people because I get so into the reading. They'll be like, "What is this? What are we listening to? This is weird." But I like what I'm saying. I like what I'm relaying. It's very to the point, but it's the truth, or at least my truth. And I don't know. I like it. Libra. 1804. Let's do 1810. Libra, 1810, 1810. All right. I want to use the Luna L deck with the Delusion Tarot. Okay, we're gonna use both. Just because I want to. Uh, that's what's nice too. Feels nice to just be myself and then just go live with y'all. Knight of Cups, Libra. Oh. I was supposed to do Libra first and then Scorpio, but that's okay. I'm doing Libra now. So sorry, y'all. I messed up and I put Scorpio first. That's okay. Everybody knows I forget the signs all the time. But I know you guys love the signs, so. Mm. All right, we have three beautiful cards. I'm gonna leave it at that. We don't even need the three, but I just love these cards together. Holy snap. Okay, I'm getting a verdict. A verdict has been made, and you could have been struggling with the results of something. It almost made you not want to look at like what has taken place, what the verdict is, what the answer is, what the result is, what the grade is, right? For some of you guys. But this is the time where you're understanding that, okay, the result is what it is. How do I still move forward and see the life with a glass half full. And this is a cup of gold. Remember, this is like opportunity. Like, okay, the results that you've got from this one verdict or lesson or, you know, test wasn't what you initially wanted, but that doesn't mean that the opportunities stop. I think sometimes we get so caught up in being told no or being rejected that we forget that the reason there's certain paths or people that rejected us or the path just closed out is because there's other avenues to explore that are for you. There's certain people that are going to bring in so much into your life. I mean, they are going to be a gift from the universe, from whatever you want to call it, earth, whatever you want to call it. These are gifts that are coming to you, has your name on it. But these people, these roads, these avenues only became visible now or only are starting to become visible because you are understanding of that. Yes, something didn't work out. Something you really wanted to work out did not. But there's a reason why that happened. Because some of us sometimes we think that what we want is actually going to make us happy, but in the long run it might not compared to whatever the universe has in store for us. This is a cup of gold. This is what's waiting for you. This is just one cup, but it's a massive one. It's a three of cups, right? But look at the gold in this. Look at the beauty of this cup. It's a representation of what's yet to come that you haven't even you didn't have the time to think about it because of the grief. Versus now, Libra, you're looking onto the future with and the thought of you knowing that you are going to have opportunities that come your way or get led down paths that were specifically designed for you. The fact that it's like you're having enough hope to even look to the future, right? To look forward. And while you're in the present moment, the universe it's this feeling that you keep receiving from your guides that is telling you something big, something beautiful is coming your way. But the only reason you can see it now is because you're in the present moment looking forward. So now the universe could relay whatever message, feeling, intuition, intuitive feeling into your body, and you can receive it because you're ready and you feel worthy of that opportunity. For some of you guys, your life's about to change. And I mean financially. Some of you guys, Libras, are going because it's a cup of gold. You're going to get opportunities where you're going to work with people that are going to help you elevate financially. I mean, you're the gift. Don't get me wrong. You're the gift. This is why the universe is bringing you this opportunity because you are ready for it. One, you were always ready for it, but you could not take these opportunities because of what you were going through at the time. You were too focused on the rejection and what rejection meant into your life. So when we deal with rejection and it hurts us that deeply, we start walking around feeling like everything in our life will reject us. But that's not true. That's not the case. So that's why you could have been self sabotaging. That's why we could have felt like we weren't ready, we weren't worthy, because we were still holding on to what didn't work out. Versus now, you're ready to move forward and you have this inkling that good things are coming your way. This isn't like cute, oh, it's gonna in my head. Like, no, I'm not doing this for motivation. This is the truth because it's coming from you. Your guides are giving you these messages. You can feel it in the air, you could smell it. You could literally smell the abundance that's all around you. And that maybe back in the day it could have scared you. And it still scares you a little bit because it's like you can sense something massive coming, but you don't have the full picture. But but the sense of the weight of gold, like the amount of money you're gonna be able to make, you have an inkling, an idea, but you don't know the full scope. And when you start seeing the full scope, you're gonna freak out. Some of you guys are gonna make, like I told you before, you're gonna make money beyond your wildest dreams. Some of you guys always knew you were meant to make good money, but you never were never able to get there. But now that you know you're worthy of every opportunity that's to come, whether financially, emotional, right? Whatever. It's coming to you because you're ready. You did the work. You did it. You're probably thinking that healing, healing is whatever is painful or whatever. But when you go through the healing, you realize that it was all about self-worth. You heal so you feel worthy of whatever's to come to you. Good things. And here's judgment. This is my Libra card, right? Judgment. Well, it's not really Libra, it's justice is Libra. What is this? Judgment. What was judgment again? Hold on. I should have known this. I think it's a planet. No, sorry, I should know this, but it's been a minute since I've studied or done anything. Pluto. Pluto. Yeah, man. As above, so below. You opened up and said, "What is there to look forward to?" And you ask and you shall receive. You didn't even ask. You stated, I said, "All right, let's go." You said, "I'm ready to receive all the blessings and abundance." And some of you guys could have had this opportunity presented to you months ago, but you weren't ready. And now you are. Some of you guys knew you told the divine that you weren't ready for these opportunities yet. There was still some healing that needed to take place. And now you're all on board. You're all on board. So, congratulations, Libra. All right, let's take out one more card. I mean, I don't even think we need to say more than that. Yeah, y'all be forgetting how powerful y'all are. Even I do sometimes because I'll listen to a reading. I don't listen to tarot as much as I used to. And I had a reading where this girl was just saying some really sweet things. And then I'm like, some part of me was a little afraid to keep listening to it because it hyped me up so much. Some part of me felt a little scared or unworthy to tap into that. But then I was like, no, I am so worthy for whatever the money is to come that I'm going to have come my way or whatever. I'm worthy of everything that's to come. You guys are worthy of the friendships, the business partnerships, the mentors, the money that you're about to embrace, the clients that are about to change your life. Some of you guys don't think, okay, there's clients you're going to meet that are going to make your life filled with joy because of the way you help them through your own skills that you finally believe in. These people are going to meet you and they're going to thank you for the service that you've done for them. Yes, you get paid for these services, but you go above and beyond. And so you look at yourself and you know the value that you bring not only to yourself but to the people around you, which is why you are so worthy of the money that you're going to receive and then some. I'm putting it in a practical conversation, right? I'm not trying to go too into the realms, which I love, but some of you guys that this is how we need to relay it sometimes because I feel like sometimes when we say it in a spiritual way, it's cute. But when you actually put the thought of what it actually is, how the magic actually becomes into the reality, then that's practical. It's something you can actually attain to get towards. So again, healing is a way to get there. Plain and simple. Besides learning, but there's certain skills you've had your whole life. You just didn't believe in your skill set enough, or you were just too focused on what didn't work out. But now that you're healing from the rejection, you are all in. The hermit, this is what I'm saying. You've been working hard with a nine. But look, it's like it's time. You stopped, you lifted your head, and your senses are saying, it's like somebody said, I don't have to work or look for opportunities. The opportunities come to me. When you start thinking that way and then you let it go, it actually becomes your reality, right? Thoughts are your reality, become your reality. So I think somebody understood that and actually stated that you were not going to look for jobs, or you could try, but you were more focused on the opportunity coming to you because you knew you were ready. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Let's go. Exactly. Yeah, the magician. You always had the freaking, it was you. It was always you. You were always the one picked for that job or qualified over, you were overqualified for half of the stuff you were settling for. You were overqualified for half of the stuff you didn't even believe you could do, and then you did it and proved yourself wrong. Because some of you guys didn't know how good you'd be at leadership, or how good you'd be at sales, or good you'd be at creativity, or whatever it is, the calculations, whatever, analytical thinking, whatever it is that you're good at, right? Some of you guys didn't think you could do it, and then you proved yourself wrong, which is a good thing in this situation. You realize you were the magic. You're the reason why, you're the opportunity. Jobs are going to want you for that reason. You didn't even have to try. You just show up because that's how confident you are in who you are. You're you're also confident in the universe and right timing. It all coincides together. That's why it all works together. You believed in the universe enough to say you are going to bring me an opportunity when you feel I am ready. And that's exactly what happened. Then you said you were ready, and then boom, the opportunity comes in this week. Some of you guys are going to be presented with beautiful opportunities to elevate. I know we're talking about practicality here, but this is elevation, air signs. You're going to elevate. Oh my God, 3 months from now, you're going to be so happy that you made the decisions uh, to open up and take on these opportunities. For some of you guys, it is financial. You're going to be able to pay off your debt and then buy things that you weren't able to buy at the time because you could have been too focused on other things like health, healing. You could have been focused on, again, other things that were not, that you can focus on now. You were focused on other things, but now you can focus on the things that you do want, which is like savings, a home, a car, right? Your own whatever, your own business. You can focus on these things because it's time. It's all about you right now. And you are the magic. You are the product. You are it. Okay? That was confirmation. All right, let's move on. The next sign we're reading for is Sagittarius, my little fire sign. Sorry for the noise outside. I don't know what to do now. I'm just gonna wait till this is over. Hopefully they come out. There it is. Okay, 30, 33. Let's do 33 on the board. Jordan. No, I'm just playing. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. I think I want to use the magical dimensions for this reading. Yeah, let's use the magical dimensions. I'm already tired, y'all. We went through two readings, but it was like what, almost 30 minutes? Okay, like 20 minutes. Ooh. Somebody's gonna get a vision. Some of you guys may not be the type. I feel like some of you guys get, and I think this is true about visions. I feel like when something's about to happen, you get a day's notice, maybe 2 or 3 days notice. And for some of you guys, you get the feeling like you get like somebody would come and pop in your head, and then they reach out to you, right? Or somebody who comes into your uh, thought, right? And then they call you, right? Or and that's how some people receive information of what's to come. But it's very close in the timeline. Some of you guys get a real vision though, like not a real vision. There's visions that you have that it's like you go through the wormhole because it's so far away from the present moment. I feel like somebody here is going to get vision from the future. I'm talking about miles, years away, years away, maybe a decade away. I'm not sure, but it almost seems like this reminds me of like the wormhole that you're going through. I kind of want to take this one out, but I'm going to put this one on the side and see what else comes out. Why am I talking about wormholes and visions? Yeah, some of you guys who are not psychic, there's people out there who have visions. They could see certain things and ahead of time. Some of you guys, even through dream states, there's people in dream states who can teleport from dimensions to dimensions or time and space. They can teleport through time, go forward and backwards. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna draw another card. I feel like somebody's teleporting here. This is what I'm saying. Look at this mess. Look at this. This card came out. Almost looks like this is you gaining like you're gonna start having visions more often. I of how far away things are, but it almost seems like you went through whatever this wormhole was. You went through the wormhole, getting through the wormhole, and getting to a point in your life where it's like there's certain visions you could have had years ago, decades ago, and it's like you're finally here. Yeah, you're here. You're finally here. Like there's very little time left compared to the time that you had the vision. Some of you guys, it's the wormhole and you get the prize. Some of you guys are going to, you're here. You made it happen. It almost seems like you're older now, way older now. You've got lay of the land. You understand what life's about. You've learned a lot of lessons. You've grown. You've matured so beautifully. So now, the thing is about the visions is sometimes you think when visions come in, you think they're gonna come in time, right, right away. But no, some of you guys had visions again through the wormhole because it was so far away. These are dreams or visions that were always meant to be actualized, but you didn't have like the time frame. The time frame was never there because it just depended on on where you were in your life. And I feel like you just got here right on time. This is the time. Some of you, for whoever this is, I'm so happy for you. I'm excited for you. Yeah, you've become like you. I mean, this. Look at this. You still move forward, but from young and really ambitious and moving forward with all this, with the hopes of seeing these visions actualized. And then look, you're here, focused on you, a bit older, but you have so much to be grateful for. You have so much that you have gained, abundance. You are, you've created a lot of manifestations. You brought in a lot of manifestations. And the universe is so excited to show you. For some of you guys, it's this: you guys are going to receive the love of your life, like your true partnership, a true partnership. Some of you guys are going to get the promise of like real family, your family. Some of you guys might get have visions of like who your children were going to be, your great grandchildren, and it's like at one point you didn't know if it was going to be possible because of the time. You had to let go of time in order for you to accept where you were at the moment, and that could have been very difficult. Some of you guys had dreams that you wanted to have them become at the moment, and they didn't happen, but that doesn't mean it wasn't going to happen. It just means, again, once you let go of time and have learned what you have learned, the promise was always there to be made to you. Some of you guys are going to have children. Some of you guys are going to be in partnerships that are, you're going to just take a breath of fresh air when you are in these partnerships because it will be easy. And not only, and not even easy as like, it would be simple. And I don't mean it in like, oh, it's gonna be great, amazing. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's gonna be simple. Have you ever been in relationships that never worked out? And every time you try to make it work, it would only get worse, or one person would want the person and the other wouldn't, and then the roles are reversed, or it was like always a struggle to be in these partnerships. And so now it's like you just it's like it was a mirror of unavailability for some of us. A mirror, these partners were a mirror of how unavailable we were as they were as well, and we were their mirrors. And so I feel like once you healed enough, it's like this is what it was leading you to becoming open enough, available enough to make these dreams come true. Bring in the right partners, bring in the right family, bring in your own self-love, availability to self, and validation to self. Good for you. And I went off a tangent here, but somebody, excuse me, once this vision becomes true, you will never doubt the universe and your ability to see far into the future, because some of you guys could have felt insane. You maybe some of you guys didn't want to tell anybody, or you did and then felt insane because there was never any proof besides like what you saw, right? So it was between you and the universe, or your or God, whatever you want to call it. And some of you guys felt insane for believing in something that you saw so long ago. And yet, when this becomes your reality, you will never doubt your skills as a psychic. As a matter of fact, you're going to be more committed than you've ever been. So, all these, then it's like your abilities will enhance right away off the bat because of how much faith you have in your own self and what you see, what you perceive. You don't doubt that ever again. It will be confirmation to you and the power that was given to you on this earth, the power that you possess. You will not doubt that ever again. Hey, Jose, welcome. Jocelyn is special. Hey, welcome. Welcome to everybody that just joined. Simple, it's simple. Yeah, thank you. And Joshan, I think. Jose Amador, sorry. Silva. Um, it does, but think about what that means for you. Like the fact that you're able to see things that will terrify anyone. The fact that you're able to see these angels and demons means that there's something in it. This is tied to something not only from your lineage, but this is tied to like the gifts that you possess and how you can use these gifts and pursue that path as a psychic, because not everybody has that gift, right? You could see things. And yes, recruitment might be not ideal, right? It is not ideal from either side, because it's not in the physical, but spirituality has a lot to do in the physical. So think about how you could be helping yourself and society because you can see these beings that others cannot, but they know it. They know it, right? And so having confidence in why the universe gave you those gifts to begin with, or you were born with them, um, it's actually what's going to help you discover a little bit more about your path and who you are. And that's only a positive, right? Because there's a lot of negatives to look into what you experience, Jose. But I mean, think about it. You, out of a lot of people, have the ability to do it. You've been used to it since probably you were a child, right? So maybe you are strong enough. I'm just saying. All right. I think that's it. I don't know if I want to come into it. Yep, this is Ice Queen. Introspective self-analysis and fortitude. That's what I'm saying. It's like you finally got it. You finally understand. It was nothing personal. It was like a God telling you what you were what gift you possess and how strong your gifts and abilities were before you even became that person. God showed you a version of yourself in the future before you could even believe that you were able to do any of these things. And if you did think at the time, you could have forgotten that or lost faith because, again, these things didn't actualize until now, much later. For some of you guys, the reason why you're ups- why this vision of the future is so prevalent to you, so important to you, is because it's tied to the thing that you desire most, the prize. That's why for some of you guys, it's like family. It's a partnership, the right partnership, family, gifts, like the right environment, the right people, the right everything that you could have that was always meant for you. You stayed through the course, even when you didn't want to. You still went through. Good for you. What are you reading? If you resonate, you resonate with the reading. That was for Sagittarius. I'm gonna move on to what's next. I'm not Capricorn. Yeah, I'm like Capricorn. Happy birthday to all the Earth signs that I didn't get to say happy birthday to. Well, well, Taurus, not all the Earth signs, but Taurus. I usually do a happy birthday reading for the sign, but I might just do it. Who knows? I might get on live tomorrow and do it. We'll see. Oh, Capricorn. What is this? I love when these two cards come out together because it's so baffling. I don't understand these cards. This is so outside of my understanding. That's how beautiful this reading is. Let me timestamp real quick for the Capricorn reading. Cappy 4707. Okay. All right. Keep getting portals, portals. You've reached a milestone. You've reached a milestone and now you're receiving the key. This was you. You just didn't understand how far away you were from this whole thing. Or it's like you're so far, but you're so close at the same time. You were always this close, but so far. Does that make sense? I know it doesn't. So I'm gonna explain it as better than this, okay? The adventure was a part of it. Self-actualization, self-actualization was part of it. Understanding or seeing yourself for who you really are was part of it. You're looking at yourself, you're gazing at yourself through a mirror, a reflective mirror, and you're surprised. You are very surprised because each and every day you discover parts of self that are they're so amazing. You're just captivated by your own sense of self. You know how interesting that is? I know a lot of people suffer from like insecurities and stuff, but the more you get to actually explore who you are, all of it, all parts of it, the more you fall in love with who you are. The more you're curious about what you would do in certain scenarios, how you used to think a certain way, and now the way you think is completely different. Your views, your reality is so different from what it used to be or how it is every season because that's how much you change. That's how much you grow and realize. Um, that's how much you grow. And then you realize these things about yourself and you're always captivated as how you could be so understanding of people's flaws, how you can be so understanding and empathetic towards and compassionate towards, things that other people would dismiss or judge. And it's because you can actually see yourself doing all these things that other people do. Know yourself so well, right? It's that saying, know thyself. It's like knowing yourself build your it gave you strength, right? It built your character. But it's almost as if the flip side of that is that's what it's trying to say. Okay. So Let me make sure I'm saying it correctly because this is so beautiful. It's so poetic coming from the realms, okay? This isn't me, it's the realms. Um, so beautiful. Oh my God. Like I got lost in the beauty of it. Okay, so some of you guys, it's like the more compassionate you were with self, it made you more compassionate with others, right? But then it's also the flip side of the coin, right? It's like the more you face the darkness of yourself, right? I'm saying it wrong. The more you face the light, the gentler you became. No, the more you face the light, the stronger your character became, right? There was strength in your character. There was strength in like who you are because of your good qualities. But the flip side of the coin of that would be in the darkness, when you saw the worst parts of self, they're not worse, but they're parts of self that you might have hated or felt ashamed of. The more you looked into the imperfections and insecurities and accepted them, the kinder you were to self. That's validating who you are, and the more like inquisitive you became with your own self, because by you accepting who you are, or the imperfections, the freer you became and the more gentle you became. Facing the darkness made you more gentle. That's why it's so beautiful. It's the flip side of the coin, right? And then the other side of it would be the more you face the light, the more you realize your strength. And it is just, that's why this is a big celebration. You reached a milestone that I'm telling you, it has made you, it's not only made you stronger and proud of yourself, it's made you so kind and tender towards those that still bring judgment upon you and themselves. It's made you open up your heart and forgive and love and have tolerance for those, even the ones that broke you, because it was never about you. It was their own stuff. That's what life has taught you, which is why it's like these life lessons are so beautiful. And at the time, you could have felt like it was a curse, but the more time goes by, the more you understand that this is actually a blessing to be able to forgive yourself for your shortcomings, has made you able to forgive those who have also hurt you, and vice versa. That is the most beautiful thing in the world. I hope that made sense. It did make sense. It made total sense. Okay. This is why I was having a hard time talking about this, because it's so beautiful. That's why the universe is celebrating you. Your soul is celebrating you, because it's like Edgar Kane, right? It's like that saying. I started looking into him, and there was these saying that sometimes the mission or your life's purpose, sometimes in the physical, we think our life purpose is X, Y, and Z. But that's not always the case. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we experience so much loss. Sometimes we get our heart broken time and time again. And these lessons are to make us exactly what we become: forgiving, tolerant, compassionate. These are the lessons that Jesus Christ talked about in the Bible, right? These are the lessons that the Buddhists discuss, right? About forgiveness and why it's so important, about tolerance and love and showing love to the neighbor, right? When it was because these are the lessons we wanted to experience. Some of us, it was to be of service to others. So we went from growing up being extremely selfish to where, look at what lessons we've learned now, being of service to humanity. Even a simple act of kindness is considered service. You've made somebody's day. You made somebody feel good about who they are. That is a life, that's a lesson, a life lesson a lot of people come to experience. For some of you guys, it was, again, forgiveness, tolerance, a lot of stuff that may be overlooked, but really it's not. So this is why your soul's celebrating you while you're in the plane, not realizing that you're missing the point of why you're here. Yes, you may have not chosen in the physical the lessons you were meant to learn, but your soul did. And if you don't believe me, why are you going through the life path that you're going through? Why are you born into the family you're born into? There were lessons. And some of you guys took on some real hardcore lessons because there was some forgiving that we needed to do on this earthly plane. And some of us were also simultaneously having to be of service for all the people we've wronged in our past lifetimes. So that when we leave Earth, we can actually ascend to higher planes of consciousness if we choose not to come back. And as for whatever reason, if we choose to come back, it's because we want to out of pleasure, not because there's certain lessons we still haven't attained yet or learned, right? All right. We went on a tangent off of two cards. But anyways, um, these are the beautiful cards. Look at this. See why it was it's like it's just so much. So much. Seeing yourself for who you are, piece by piece, and loving it. You're more curious than anything, but you love it. All right, what else? One more card and then we'll move on to Aquarius. Thank you for all the likes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate, you can. Cash App, PayPal, the description down below. And then we'll transition into live readings, okay? Three of Pentacles. Transformation. You have shaped and molded many times, and some of you guys are so upset about the difficult life you had, but what you're missing out on is the person you became because of it, in spite of it. You have changed so much. Like you actually lived a very promising future that the soul always wanted to attain, and you made it happen in this lifetime. Some of you guys exceeded expectations. Some of you guys were so afraid of being so behind, but even if you were, you've exceeded expectations because of the life lessons you've learned, and you've learned many, many. So when you die, you're going to be grateful for everything you learned. This is what I'm saying. Definitely multidimensional here. You know this to a certain extent because your soul's been telling you this, and I know some part of you didn't want to believe it because it's not possible to believe that this much pain is actually going to be a blessing later on, but it is. That's why your soul is like, it's okay, you'll move on, you'll get over it, because they know that at the end of the day, the life lesson was what truly mattered according to the soul, right? All right, that was my Capricorn. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The next reading is going to be for my Aquarius. Shout out to my Aquas. 5051. All right, we made it the whole hour mark. So, all right, let me just, I'm vaping my little vapes. I just don't want to do it in front in case if there's like children or something. All right, give me 1 second. I know it doesn't make it any better, but after a whole hour, I gotta. It was funny because I quit for years and then I started again last year. No, 2 years ago, and then I quit again for a whole year, and then I started last year and I haven't stopped. It's been over a year now. I should stop soon though. Again, right? So I could start back up 2 years from now. All right. This is beautiful, my aquas. I always like to use the anime tarot, but I don't know. I just started drawing cards here, and I see here. I'm getting like the flower open to be pollinated by the bee, ready to be pollinated by the bee. Somebody's like, it's like you knew you outgrew something, and so you were okay with letting it go because you know that where you're going is going to be big enough so that you can keep like growing. There's something here about you love self development, Aquarius. You love knowledge. You love knowledge is power to you. So the more you learn, the more entertained you become, less boring life becomes. I feel like somebody um process data. Someone can process data very quickly or remember things very quickly. What is that? That idyllic or idyllic. Idyllic I think it's idyllic. Idyllic. Yeah, it's like that word for photographic memory or photogenic photographic memory. Yeah. I'm photogenic. Yeah, somebody's due for a growth spurt. Somebody's due. You're being called to go somewhere else because your skills are too good or too above where you're at now. Like your skill set is meant for something much greater or to be around like more. It's like it's time for you to acquire more data, more information, more knowledge because of the skills you've earned or learned, right? It's like it's time to put them to use to the next project. So you know intuitively you're being told it's time to go. It's time for something else. It's time for change and you're ready for it. It's because that's the thing. I feel like Aquarius sometimes you get bored so quickly. Like you can learn something and within months, once you learn it, you get bored. And so you need something else to stimulate you mentally. But I'm also getting like that's also the downside of it is because like for example, it could be a job or a profession, right? You get settled in, you learn a lot, you're growing, you're moving, and then it's like you've already made friends with certain coworkers or done what you've done. You already know the job, and then now it's like it's time to go do something else because you've learned what you needed to learn there. So I feel like there's never any like what is that word? It's never really a dull moment. One, or you just get a new type of people, new people around you because it's it's never a dull moment. It's more of a the moment doesn't last. You probably met so many people throughout your lifetime, had so many jobs throughout your lifetime because you were always meant to. I don't think you were the type to last forever in one place. I don't think anybody here has lasted at a job for more than like a year here. What is your name? My name is Lovely. Jocelyn Lovely. Look at you conquering more land, getting more powerful as you go because of everything you learn at these new places, these new environments, these new jobs, these new mentors or friends or people. Oh, yeah, you're going from like wanting to maybe for a long time you just wanted to settle in and stay like humble or stay where you were at. You wanted to stay where you were at for a long time because this is all you just wanted to stay in one place. You wanted to get accustomed to something and just keep it simple. No problems, very predictable. It keeps you safe versus this is why you stayed like this. Just staying in one place because it kept you safe versus now you understand there's no such thing. Being safe is the opposite of like what the soul does. The soul wants freedom, the soul wants to explore, the soul wants to be. It wants to change, it wants to grow, it wants to move. And then you finally accept that and then you off. That's why you're the emperor. It's people have fears, but it requires us to face our fears And by moving forward and stepping into, unknown territory, that is facing your fears, stepping boldly into the unknown. This is you. This is why you're the emperor. How do you think the emperor ended up conquering so much land? There was never any security or certainty that they would even make it through or alive, or be able to like go into battle like this to conquer, but they did. Those that took risks and chances ended up succeeding more than they did losing. But there are both great losses and great success in your life. It was always meant to be that way. And so the more you got used to that fact, it's the more makes it easier for you to go and explore and take chances again, because that's life. You are going to go through another season where you're not going to want to take risks. That's what life is. But then you're going to find the courage. Your soul's going to give you the courage to move forward, as you always do, because it's who you are. You're air. You are the definition of air: movements, flow, change, right? Knowledge. You're the visionary of the future, right? All right. Anything else before we move on to Pisces? Oh, I get the Fool, starting over. Yeah, because you had the World. I forgot to tell you about this card. You had the World, and the Fool came out twice. Look, yep. And I just turned it over. The Fool came out 3 times because I would not take this card, but I forgot that this card was already sitting down. The World. You're looking at the world one last time, where you were at, how much courage it took for you to get up and move forward. Go. Change, go on to a new path. It took everything within you. You faced every fear possible, every insecurity possible to get to this place. And then once the universe, you finally understood that by you staying was actually delaying your progress, you decided not to delay any longer. Not only that, you were bored. So you get up and you go. You're no longer in the dark. You're no longer comfortable. You're no longer willing to be that, because it's only again holding you back. Facing your fear was the most courageous thing you've ever done, because it's gotten you to take risks that a lot of people would not dare to do in this lifetime. Most people don't take chances until later on in their lives. And that's only because they realize they have nothing else to lose. Their life is already halfway at the halfway point. That's why midlife crises are so common, because that's the time where you're like, you know what, your identity is like, you're just ready to be something else, move to become something else, right? And so you guys must have had like 5 midlife crises throughout your lifetime. So uh doesn't matter what age you are, by the way. And justice, oh, this is justice. You moving forward is justice. You getting a second chance at life, or opportunity to be happy again, to put yourself out there again, to a different job opportunity, where more knowledge is acquired, more you're ready to face certain life lessons that you haven't before, and that's only because you're giving yourself the chance to. Congratulations, Aquarius, you are the bomb.com. I never used to say words like this, but I think that's a cute word. It's a very healthy word. The bomb.com. So yeah, so cheesy. The other side of me is like, man, if you keep saying some like that again. Ah, all right. All right, what's next? The last reading, Pisces. Pisces. I want to take a little break, but I'm like, we're going to transition into live reading. So if you guys want a little mini reading, I could give you a little mini reading. I'm only starting to do those again to advertise again, because I haven't been on for a long time. I don't go on it live as often as I used to. All right, Pisces, Pisces. 7002. I'm going to use magical dimensions mixed with the Loon, the L. It's saying to pick the Loon, the L. Ooh. Okay, pick the Loon, the L. With magical dimensions. Loon, the L first or magical? Let's do Loon, the L first. Loon, the L is a tarot deck. I think you guys know, but just in case if you don't. To all the 20-year-olds out there, some of you guys are able to face certain things that older people aren't. And so the universe wants to commend you for that. Because every time you take risk, you teach older people to be as fearless. It reminds them of how fearless they were when they were younger. So some of you guys are such have such a strong warrior spirit. It's like you're able to face things or do things more easily, and so therefore that's one of the lessons in this life is you're meant to service people by teaching them that and that they can go and pursue their dreams or go and attain whatever they want because they believe in themselves enough to. So you automatically bring that idea into somebody's perspective, not just older people. You're just whoever you are, Pisces. We're naturally able to teach people that because and you do that by living as an example. You face things easily, and but you tell people that you're afraid, but you still do it, and then you inspire them to do the same for themselves in whatever area they need to grow in or face the fears. By you doing that, you teach them that they can also be warriors, right? They can also have their dreams come true, achieve their dreams, goals, and aspirations is what I'm getting. I'm from San Diego. I work at Southwest Airlines. Okay, okay. How South? Aren't they closing down Southwest Airlines, or is that just in Chicago? Because I that's what I saw. Southwest Airlines. No, that was Spirit. I'm sorry. Spirit is closing down their airlines. That's not funny, but Southwest. Shout out to Southwest. Okay, okay. San Diego's such a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. All right. Pisces. Ooh. I feel like somebody's watching you. Remember when I told you that I was getting this message of like you're a warrior or like when you face risks and obstacles is effortlessly. It looks effortless, but it's not. Everybody has fears, but you're more than willing to try new things that would make other people skeptical of trying in the first place, but you don't care. It's like you don't have as much fear as you could. Maybe because you have a lot of faith in yourself and who you are. You have a lot of faith, like in knowing that by you trying things, it actually makes you better, or things aren't as scary as they may initially seem. And I feel like somebody is looking at you that way. They see you and they're kind of scared of you. They're scared of like your potential because it's like, again, sometimes that is, again, your light. By you being that fearless, it can scare people. It makes people not want to be near you because it's like, dang, like the power, the energy that flows out of you by doing, facing fears like that. Other people see it, again, it's magic. Think about it that way. What is the thing you're most afraid of? And then you see somebody do it in front of you like it's nothing. And two things happen. We get scared and want to hide because that was magic. What they did was magical. It was beautiful. They defied all mental odds. So somebody's looking at you like they wish they could do what you do so effortlessly. They wish they had the courage or the belief in self to face things like you do. When you as the wheel of fortune. But it's because yes, the wheel of fortune is the 10, right? It talks about moving forward. But look at the color. This is like energetic abundance. It's energetic abundance. It lifts the spirit, right? Your energy is so magical, is so potent because the spirit does. The brain can have limitations and fears, but when you're around someone, you make their fears feel less than, right? Their fears no longer take that much of a hold. That's why some people are scared of you. It's not personal. That's why some people may not like you or stay away from you. It's not personal. It's not about you, it's about them. But I see somebody here really intrigued by you. Like they're like intrigued but scared of you. Ah, this is funny. Years now at Southwest Airlines. That's good. As long as you're happy, if you love your job, thank you for your service. Never Southwest is doing fantastic. I believe it. I'm taking your advice because if you say business is booming. Ah, these cards fell. I don't even want to take them. All right. No wonder they wanted me to use the Luna El Tarot deck. All right. I'm going to use the magical dimensions now because it's a very magical realm. And Pisces, you just are very magical. It's funny because people think of magic as like, they don't understand what magic is. And then when you discuss it in a practical sense, they're like, oh, I always tell them, go do this, try it for yourself, and then tell me if it's true or not, right? Because you can hear all these words, but it may not mean anything to you, right? Unless if you do it yourself. That's what I'm saying. Spirit is the opposite of limitations. It's not of the mind, the realm of the mind. Spirit is it does not care about the ego. It's not egoistic. It's not prideful. It does not. Spirit doesn't care about stuff like that. How people look at you, they don't care about that. Spirit is fearless. Spirit is curious. Spirit is playful. Spirit just wants to be. And I feel like that's the magical part of it, right? It's like when you face fears, you conquer. You conquer self. That's magic, whether you believe it or not. Because think of how long it took for some of us to face certain fears that we thought we'd never be able to face, only to face them and then say, "Dang, I never knew why I was so afraid in the first place." And if you really want to get technical, think of all the people who've been through some shit. You've grown up, and as you get older, you realize that the magic fades away, right? All of a sudden, we pay taxes, we have to get jobs, we have to go to school, we have to do all these things that are the opposite of magical, the opposite of creativity. It's like the life duties, right? The killings, the losses, all of that makes us afraid because we know how the world is. So when we have the muster up the courage to face fears, that is pure magic, honey. But in the if you want a realistic point of view, it's you have to must face a lot of the things that you've been through, all the fears, the insecurities, the pains that you've been through as a child, and you had to heal from them. That's the therapeutic behavioral health side of it, right? So it's the same shit. Just saying. Just different wording. If you don't believe me, go do it. Mhm. Seeing two cards came up again. Okay, somebody is afraid of you. They don't like you. And I think they're trying to like push you away or sabotage you. I don't know why. They see you, unless if this is you afraid of somebody else. This could be you that you're afraid of somebody else. Or they're a mirror of you, or vice versa. You're both are mirrors to each other and you both are learning to how to deal with each other. And I feel like somebody's just trying to do their own thing while the other person's trying to prove something to you or stumble you on your path or outrank you. It's like they're trying to prove something to you. They're trying to trip you up or prove that they are like you or better, or it could be vice versa. There could be a whole issue between you and this person. It could be. You both could be mirroring that within each other, you know? Like your strengths are the other person's weakness, the other person's strengths are your weakness. And then so every time you guys excel at something, you guys feed each other information as to how like you both can grow. That's why like people that we don't like are usually like parts of us that we haven't accepted that are qualities, skill sets, or even weaknesses. Um, that's what we teach each other. So it might be a feud going on between you and somebody, or rivalry, or work colleague that you don't get along with and they don't get along with you. But I feel like there's somebody overseeing you, though. Somebody could be older here. They're overseeing you, they're watching you, and you're watching them. It's so weird. But I feel like the reason this person is doesn't like has to prove something to you is because they're older, so they feel like they need to know more or they need to be wiser. And I feel like this person is trying to get in your space, in your territory. And I feel like maybe on your hands, it feels like it's out of control. Maybe that's why you have this like issue with this person. You may feel like this person is making you feel out of control or that you have to be under their control or leadership or whatever. But I feel like you're the type of person that does not obey orders from anybody that is not your boss. And even then, I feel like you wouldn't obey orders from your boss. Okay. I'm just being honest. Somebody here's a true free spirit. Okay. They need to kind of not take it personal, right? So, and it's funny because you sit here and say that this person is trying to control you or dictate or say that, like, prove something to you, but they feel the same way about you. That's the funny part. They feel the same way about you, that you're putting on a show or you're trying to, as if you know everything or know better. But again, it's like a reflection of the thing about themselves and vice versa. There's certain things that this person is doing that you don't like about yourself. But I'm telling you that this person is older, or they if you're the older one, it's like there's an issue here. I feel like this person's the older one though. They think that they have to show you up because they are older, so you should have the respect for them. But I just feel like you don't care. Good for you. No, you're like, fuck that. I'd rather be alone. Somebody here, I feel like you might be too independent. That's the problem. You do what you want. And I feel like somebody doesn't like that. They don't have an influence over you. But then you don't have an influence on them either because they overlook you. So either way, it's like the same thing. You guys are saying the same thing about each other, but it's like you guys are expressing it in different ways. So this person's not validating you, they're probably ignoring you. They're ignoring you. That's how they don't validate you, and vice versa. When they're trying to tell you or control you or tell you to do something, you don't obey. You may not. You're not obeying, or you may lash out or tell them off. That's the same thing. But it's just different ways of doing it. There's lack of respect between you and a person here. And the universe is just saying doesn't matter if you don't like them. It's not personal. It's a reflection. They're a reflection of how you see yourself. And maybe there's certain things you're not too happy with about yourself. That's okay. I don't know why I got this reading. This reading was weird, but I like it. I feel like it's weird because it's like, okay, somebody doesn't like you, but it's like, even if somebody's trying to hurt you or like belittle you, you're just acting like it doesn't bother you. You're trying to focus on you, which is what's making them more mad. because all they really want is you to acknowledge them. And you're trying, but it almost seems like they know you're not really trying. Like you don't respect them. And I think that that's what's hurting them. And the same thing with you. You're trying to act like them trying to control the scenario isn't bothering you, but it is. You're acting like you both are acting like it's not bothering y'all, but it is. This is true. This happens every day. I guarantee you there's at least one relationship you're dealing with that is like this. Exactly like this. Okay. Could even be a parent, a family member, a brother, a sister, a coworker, a partner that you're sleeping with. This could be the situation between you guys. Who knows? You could be the older one in this case, right? We don't know. Only you know. All right, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else. I feel like this reading was, I mean, it's hard because nobody wants to admit, hey, that nobody wants to admit that they're the problem. But it takes two. They're feeling just the same thing as you are, and you're feeling the same thing as they are. So there's no one at fault. I just think that that's something you both are working through, and you guys are perfect mirrors for that. There's a lot of growth that can happen out of this relationship if you allow it to. Ask it, this mirror, to teach you what it needs to teach you so that you can be more accepting of self and others, not to take things personal. Because again, you think it's about you, but it's not. They think it's about they think that your coldness towards them is about them, but it's not. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. All right, that was for my Pisces. You are really smart. Very true. Thank you, Level Up. Thank you so much. All right, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. This reading is triggering me because I am the first one to experience shit like this all the time. And then I'll be like, oh, it's their fault. I'm trying to be nice. No, I'm not. I'm so quick to dismiss somebody I don't like for no reason. Damn, I just outed myself like that. Oh well. All right, and then yeah, it's just the advice is that is look at how you're coming off across somebody and how that could be hurting them. It's a mirror. So if you're getting hurt by their actions, imagine how you're hurting them. It could be in a different way, but hurt is still there. That's why certain people don't get along with certain people, right? They're both experiencing the same thing, just in different. The methods are being done differently. That's it. All right. Yep. That's for my Pisces. All right. The next reading is gonna be live. Should we do playtime? You guys let me know. Hey, WDH. Are you guys ready for live readings? Let's do live readings for like another, whatever, however long it takes, okay? So, if you guys want live readings, let me know. It's gonna be mini readings though. Hey, Terry, it's good to see you right on time. She's like, oh yeah, I was watching. I just want, yeah, were you watching or did you just get in? How are you, Terry? Let me find out you were watching and you didn't say hi to me. Shout out to Terry. Terry's the one that donated these beautiful cards. This is again one of my favorite decks, Magical Dimensions. So, all right, who wants to drop their first questions? Good to see you. Good to see you too, Terry. We're doing live readings right now, so if you want to ask, again, you can ask. I'll give you like a short little reading, and if you want more, I can donate. If you donate for more, I will definitely do that for you. Good to see you. It's good to see you too. All right, thank you, Level Up. Who else is here in the chat? Damn, we've been on. No way we were on for 2 hours. Man, this reading, it felt like it didn't feel like that long because I think I was taking my time. So I didn't get as exhausted today. Hey, welcome, Star Luba. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody. Yes. How's everyone doing today? It's going well. I just finished the live readings, the zodiac sign readings. So right now we're just doing live readings. So if you guys want to ask your questions, you can drop them on the chat, and I will read for you guys. I'm good, thanks. Okay, good. It's good to know. It's good to hear. Welcome, Star Luva. I don't think I've ever seen you on my live, or I haven't seen you in a minute. So share a little bit about where you guys are from, if you want to, or if you don't want to say the region, you can say the country, or if not, just tell us something about yourself. Hey, Terry, let's go. I'm in VA, Virginia. 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 I'm hoping that's correct. Sorry, y'all. All right, Mo, drop your questions, or do you just want me to read on your energy? Terry. Thank God I don't look so stupid. When she said VA. Not the VA, not the veterans. Yeah. All right. I'll read on your energy, Mo. Mo Freeman. Oh, do you want to inquire about your health? Your health came up. And then your sister. Oh, your sister came up. I don't know why. Oh, oh, okay. All right, let's see. Let's see what the cards say. I don't know if this is for from your sister. Let me draw one more card. And then go to the other cards. There should be more in here. I think this is your sister or something. Whoa. Interesting. I feel like you're grieving something, or like sad about something that is gone, or it's like something that the doors are closed on. Questions donation based only. I mean, I'll give you like a mini reading, but if you donate, I'm gonna give you like an extensive reading. Like for example, Terry right now. All right, Terry, there's something here that was closed off. Something like closed, like the path you were on, or like something is done, it's closed, and you feel very like sad about it. But I keep thinking a sister. I don't know why. Did you have did you tell me about your twin or your sister that passed away? I don't know. I just want to make sure that's correct. I could be wrong. I feel like you're seeking for spiritual guidance. She didn't pass away though. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I feel like you're looking for spiritual guidance, but you feel so far away from it. It's like you feel a little bit distant from like the guidance that you're seeking or asking for. It's like you want it, but you don't know how to receive it. You want to be excited, but you don't know how to allow yourself to be. Do you see what I'm saying? Versus that's this card. Versus this card, that's like you're getting guidance from the universe on how to like have fun, how to be okay in spite of all the things that have happened and all the endings in your life. There's like a lot of endings and transitions that went by. And it almost makes you feel like out of place. For whatever reason, you're feeling a little out of place, or like maybe like you have no purpose. So you're asking for the guidance to be excited, to feel purposeful, to feel adventurous and playful. But it's like the universe is saying, we're giving you that. We're giving you the space to feel isolated and distant, so that when you're ready, you'll feel like this again, energized, ready to just explore, have fun. But the universe is trying to communicate this with you. But again, it's only when you're ready. It's like you're asking for something, but you're not really ready. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm getting the answer to it is like you're the answer. That's all I can tell you. I know what it is, but that's all I can tell you. It's this is something about your inner child. This is the time that you get to play and be very gentle and courteous to self. Very, it's like ask yourself what it is that you want to do today. Like really ask yourself what do you want to do? Like or hear yourself when you feel a certain emotion come up. Allow yourself the space to feel through that emotion. And that's how you get like in touch or in tune with your inner child. And then all of a sudden it's like fun because your inner child's happy. It feels like you're hearing it. It feels like you're validating your own emotions through it, right? And then now it's like, yeah, now that's how you tap into like being more playful, having more fun, and just feeling a lot of like empathy for self while you go through these transitions. Remember, when we go through transitions, that's why we feel lost, right? That's why we may struggle to let things go. We could have physically transitioned, but in the emotional space, we're not there yet. So that's why the universe is like, when you are ready, um, you'll know because your inner child's gonna start talking to you about what it needs, and you'll be able to listen to your own wants and needs and be very. It's like giving yourself space to be that for your own self, right? In between the process of doing that currently. Yes, beautiful. And you are. And you will succeed because you see it. You see you see yourself more closely than ever. You see what your needs are more closely than ever. You feel them. That's why there's so much emotion that rises up out of you. There's so much like grief that will come up or memories of you as a child. This is the inner child trying to have you see it and you do. You can see your inner child, but do you acknowledge it? And I feel like you're in the process of doing that, which is why um, it feels painful because you're experiencing emotions that maybe you haven't in a very, very, very long time. And now you have the time to do so. That's what's making you change, right? But you will be happier in the long run. That is a for sure. And it's going to happen. It's already, it's destined to happen because it's showing that you already know what the answer is and you're going to be there for yourself through thick and thin. Mm. All right, Starluva. Why my sister mentioned? I don't know. I was getting like a sister, or I was getting like a sister or a child, but I was also getting like a sister that is, I don't know, like watching you or guiding you. But it was probably yourself. But it's like right? You see them right here. You may be thinking a lot about your childhood and what you and your sister went through. Maybe that might be it too. But it's like regaining something from your past that you thought you lost or haven't tapped into yet, but it's there and you know what it is. Okay. Hey, welcome. Perfectly imperfect. All right, Starluva, I'll be right there with you. I'm just finishing Terry's reading because she donated, so you know she gets the extensive reading. Empress, yeah, baby, look at you. Look how much happier you are. You're really happy here. A lot of it has to do because you're putting your needs above everybody else's right now. Excuse me. It makes you softer, happier. I'm getting like the mother. You're being a mother to your own inner child where you might have felt like you couldn't be this version in the past, or maybe you didn't have the right parents or the right circumstances where you felt heard or validated. And so by you doing this for yourself, it's actually you've needed all along. So great work, Terry. You're welcome. You're fine, thank you. All right, Starluva, what was your question? Sagittarius, what? Hi, Heidi. Welcome, welcome. You did, how does the Sagittarius feel about me at this time? All right. How does the Sagittarius feel about Star at this time? Keep in mind this could be vice versa, or it could be something totally different. It's whatever the universe relays as a message. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. The Ten of Cups. Oh, somebody sees you as their family, or that they can have a family with you, or build a family, create a family with you. I don't know if it's you to them or them to you. Let's see what else. This is the only card that fell. So let's take a look. Which, but I'm guessing that that is that they feel like that towards you, like you are their family, or they're gonna have kids with you, or they can possibly create a family with you. Let's see. The Seven of Cups keeps wanting to come out. Somebody here though is only at a seven, or maybe the person feels like that right now, although they do see a family with you. Right now, there's a little bit of doubt because you're not fully in place, or you guys are not in the place that you need to be to get there. You're not there yet. It's possible later on, but right now there's hesitation only because somebody doesn't feel like they're ready, or they don't think the situation is right. All right. I'll pull one little card and then I gotta move on to the next person, okay? But if you donate, I can definitely read more into it. Somebody here is gonna wait. Somebody here is gonna wait. Like I think it's you. You're gonna wait. Sit there looking pretty, waiting until, yeah, this person wants you. This person wants you, but this is the Emperor with the Queen of Cups. It's like, see these two people? They're mirroring in each other. But it almost feels like you have to sit and wait for the right moment or something while this guy make decides whether this is where it's gonna go down the road, or you're just gonna be there waiting until he's ready, or the situation is ready. I think he wants you too, but I just don't know the situation is it's the right timing. This guy seems too busy though. Like he just seems like it's either you or him that feels really busy. Like work is more important right now, or uh, something is more important right now. He has to prioritize at the moment. But later on, that like you are a potential of where if he decides to go that route of like invest in his emotional career or emotional life, then you are a part of that. So she acts cold. Oh, so she's the emperor. Okay. Yeah, because like, well, that's the emperor. The emperor is authoritative. They're all about work. They're all about career. They're all about bettering or having things, or, you know, they're all about them first. But that's only because they need to be, right? They want to be successful. They want to get to a certain point of their life, right? Reaching certain pinnacles in life. And I feel like if you're the Queen of Cups and you're just waiting for like her to be ready. But if I could be honest here, I'm going to give you a little bit of honesty, okay? This person is the Emperor, you're the Queen of Cups, okay? I'm just going to be honest. They're cute, but look at the way this Emperor is looking at the Queen. The Queen has all intentions to be there. The Queen will love that you operate out of love. This person is going to want this person forever. This person is looking at the Queen, right? And again, gender does not matter. The one that's a little more cold and focused on success, they're looking at this one. It could be you. They're looking at this one, like you piqued their interest, but I don't necessarily know if right now it would go anywhere because they might just see you as like, hey, we're gonna have some fun for right now. Only because the emperor never really like it doesn't feel like it has it's matched with a queen. The emperor is matched with an empress, right? And the emperor could be a woman. It doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. It's the status. I feel like somebody might be a little bit more gore oriented or financially stable than the other. And the other might be more like focused on love. I don't know. This is what I'm getting. I could be wrong. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. So this person might just see you as a somebody they can have fun with in the moments. And I can tell they're gonna gain feelings for you. Like because they're gonna know that your love is genuine, but I don't know if they really see this actually being a for sure forever thing. They could, if you decide to wait, but just if the person tells you that they are not 100% there or they start being hesitant, then it's because they have doubts that you're the right person for them in the long run. You might be the right person for them now, but I don't know if there's doubts for sure. Okay. All right, next person. Anybody else wants to ask a question? Drop your questions down in the chat. Thank you so much. You're welcome. If you want to book a private reading with me, $20 for a 35 to 40-minute session. So you're actually getting double. 35 minutes. We'll do 35 minutes. Okay. Nobody else has any more questions. We can wrap up. We've been on here for 2 hours. I did my job. How have you been? Have I been, girl? Remember I used to upload all the time? Now I don't. Do I be uploading like I think once a week? I'm trying to do 2 times a week, but I just haven't. It goes from 1 time a week to 2 times the other week, and then it's back to one, and then back to two. So I'm trying, but I don't have energy right now. Some part of me feels like I'm not. I just don't have it. I don't feel as much love for tarot as I used to. I know that sounds weird, but like I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the energy to do like 2 hour readings. Maybe that's also part of it. It's also the healing that I'm going through. I don't feel as excited about tarot as I used to. That's just the truth. I don't know why. Can't believe I just said that, but not enough to do it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like once a week, twice a week, okay, because it's a lot. Channeling can be very exhausting. You look good. You were sick last time. I'm old girl. I'm always looking sick. Hey, welcome, JW2. Is S the one for me? What do you mean S? You talking about You were Sagittarius? No, Sagittarius was were you Star Luva's significant other? Are you? Because if you are, I'd love to read on you and just see what you really what they think. What we could do vice versa. Trust me, I will do it. I will do it. I have no shame. I will read. You look good. Thank you. That's his first name. Oh, you talking about the Star Luva? Perfectly imperfect. Oh, I have no idea what you're saying, but perfectly imperfect. If you have a question, drop it in the chat. I will answer. That would be so cool if like somebody comes in for a reading and then I read on their significant other, which y'all know back in the day I didn't care for like readings of their partners and shit. I didn't care about that. But now I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But it'll be interesting if like the other partner's watching and then I just said all this shit that I said on live. I would still read for the person that might have felt like that was messed up that I said that about them, right? I'll still read for them too. I'll read for them. Like I do not care. I would do it. No, his first name starts with an S. Is the Innerfer Innerferky? I don't know what's Innerferky. Yeah, the guy with the Esther Luba. Yeah, first name starts with an S. Yeah, that reading was for him. But if you want to ask the question, go ahead, drop one. Are you Star Luba's partner? I'm not sure what's going on. Or are you just inquiring about? Yeah, the reading was for him. 'Cause he was asking about or Star Luba, I don't know the gender here. Star Luba was asking about a her. So oh, it'd be funny. This happens though. People do that. They like significant others are watching the other person on live too. So it's like funny. Like we can do a therapy session. You know what I'm saying? This is good. I could see this going somewhere. But like a real therapy session, not like a Steve Wilkos situation, right? That would be fun too. But I see the one for me. Oh, Starluva? All right, yeah, 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 yeah. I'll ask. Perfect. I think you are the second. You're talking too much about Starluva, so I think you're the partner. Let me see. Should I use the same deck? Because I'm like, okay, I used that deck for Starluva, so let me use the same deck. I am gonna pull from the magical dimensions as well. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, thank you. Perfectly imperfect for giving me this gift. And to think I never used to like to do partner readings. Oh, this is fun. This is you again. Here's the reason why this person in the long run might not be for you because I think you need somebody who's like going to bring in the 10 of Pentacles, right? Because I feel like right now, yes, your heart, and there's nothing wrong with the way you're thinking, okay? That's just the truth because I'm just like you. You are the hesitant one. You don't think this person's right for you. And a lot of it has to do with because I think you're more focused on like finding somebody that brings things that benefit you in the long run as you should, right? If you like your partner to be able to have more money than you, that's going to build a business or build a business with you and then like leave generational wealth for your children, that's then be okay with that. Do you see what I'm saying? If you there's certain requirements you have of your partner and you see that they don't have it, then I don't know if you again, it's up to you if you want to tell them, but from what I'm getting, I think you already know. Sometimes love is just not enough. Sometimes you need more. And as you should. Sometimes being with someone is actually important to be practical in a sense because you do want somebody to be able to provide or to have as much money as you or more. It depends on what you want. And I feel like someone like you is more focused on like financial matters. How are you going to build wealth and leave a legacy for your children? Uh, does he have a good career? Is he exactly what I need him to be? Can he support my lifestyle? I'm getting something like that. I'm also getting that, like, this person, though, although there's a reason why you're with this person now, they are getting you to open up in the heart space a little bit more. I feel like you may be the one that's a little bit more. You could have grown up with a background that dealt with a lot of dishonest people or cheaters or something like that. I feel like that like where you may be the one that's a little bit more realistic and in the headspace versus the heart space. I feel like the person S is teaching you to be more in your heart because that person's practically lives in their heart. Does that make sense? My boyfriend, that's not his screen name. He's sleep next to me. Oh, all right. There's something here about the heart space, though. This person's opening you up your heart space, and I feel like some part of you's looking for something that matches you here, though. Somebody's more focused on their legacy, though, here. And somebody here is very practical. I feel like this practical, though, something about because somebody's here experienced getting cheated on, or they don't have a lot of faith in people, they don't trust people. And I feel like the way to protect your heart is to think logically. Interesting. That's what perfectly imperfect is. You're welcome. I don't know if that's you or your partner, though. I feel like yeah, it might be you too that don't trust. I think you both have trust issues with each other here. There could be a lot of lying. Even if it's white lies, there's a lot of lies that are going on. Maybe deception of emotional availability between the both of you. And again, I think it's because you guys, there's a lack of trust between you two. So there's a lot of emotional unavailability between the two of you. And somebody here is focused on like leaving a legacy behind. Somebody's focused on like generational wealth. They're focused on like making a lot of money or being successful in their career. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna last between you guys. I don't. I think you both know, but it's like there's love there. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think in the long run. There's you guys aren't don't have the same like goals, or you say you do, but the way you guys mirror each other is there's a lot of distrust. That's just the truth. It's because this is the seven of swords. And yellow is like caution. Like you have to tiptoe around each other. There's a lot of caution between you two. Don't really share much. Like certain things with each other. Might use it as ammunition or something. I don't know. All right, that was for you. Anybody else have a question before we wrap up? Because it's the 2 hour mark. And any questions? Any questions? I think that might be it. Okay. Any questions? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. Don't forget to inquire about your $20 readings. email me at jocelynlovely84 at gmail. You can Zelle me for donations, Cash App, PayPal, whatever it is. Better things are coming for you. Thank you, love. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for me, for sure. Like financially wise, yeah. There's a lot going on that's really good for me coming up. So I'm kind of happy about that. There's certain things I want to be able to get done by the end of the year, but again, I'm just excited that I get the opportunity to. For a lot of it is too moving on from some I've experienced for a long time. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you. I'll try to go live tomorrow. Can't guarantee it, but I'll try. And if not, we're going live on Monday, okay? All right, y'all. Love y'all. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you, Terry. Sending love and blessings to you and your family. Goodbye.